must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us the 14th of February 2021. The show is Africa Showdown. My name is Miriam Ogutu, and I hope that your day has started off well. Joining me on the panel this afternoon, I'll start with a doctor who will be coming to us from the Political Command Center, Dr. David Matanga. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Miriam. Thank you very much. 14th of February 2021, the year of our Lord, the Valentine's Day. I don't know whether many Africans know what Valentine is. Do they know? Do we follow things we don't know? This is Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting from the Political Command Center in London and in Nairobi. Back to you, Miriam.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know if a lot of people know the meaning of Valentine's, but I've seen a lot of brides when I was coming here and a lot of men carrying flowers. So,
Miriam, let's not go. Let's not go there.
Yes.
Africans don't know. Africans don't know Valentine.
All right. So let's just leave the Africans
alone. We have
alone.
a problem. Let's go. Let's start on the high note.
All right.
What is Valentine? Let's copy our own things. My mother and my father produced me 65 years ago. They didn't know Valentine. I cannot celebrate something I don't know.
Okay, very well said. Thank you so much, Doctor.
So today, let people know. Any girl who thinks Matanga can give flowers, more.
All right, and we're also joined by Douglas Kirimi from Meru. Douglas, a very good afternoon to you.
A very good afternoon to you, Miriam Ogutu, from our headquarters in Nairobi, to our crew, and also to Dr. David Matanga from the Political Command Center in London, and also to my friend Sean Wesonga in Nairobi, Kidi Mwaga in Nairobi, and also Jevan Karanja. And also thank you to the people of Isiolo for refusing the wheelbarrow-nomics that have been spearheaded by the Deputy President.
We will get into that. Yes. Thank you so much, Douglas, and I'm sure you bought some flowers. And also we're joined by Jevan Karanja from Nanyuki. Jevan, a very good afternoon to you.
A very good afternoon to you, Miriam. Good afternoon to our viewers. And good afternoon to Dr. David Masanga in the Political Command Center. And a good afternoon to Daniel Wesonga, Kidi Mwanga, and Douglas Kirimi. Thanks for having me on the panel.
It is a pleasure. And we're also joined by Kidi Mwaga, who I think is on transit to somewhere. Kidi, you're a very busy person, always on the move. A very good afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us.
Most of the weekends, Miriam, I happen to be moving around. But for the next 2 hours, I'll be glad to be on Punchline TV with Dr. David Matsanga and my fellow co-panelists to ensure that we educate the world, we tell the world about the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and we tell the world what is at stake for them, especially now that the International Criminal Court has a new prosecutor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And that is a conversation I'm sure all of us are looking forward to having. And last but not the least, we have Daniel Wesonga. Daniel, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, a very good afternoon, Miriam Ogutu, here at our headquarters in Nairobi. Good afternoon to Dr. David Matsanga from the leafy suburbs of London. Good afternoon to my good friend Javan Karanja in Nanyuki. Good afternoon to my good friend Douglas Kirimi in Meru, and Kidi Mwaka, who is on movement. I'm very, very glad to be here. Let's talk. Let's debunk the mischievous hustler narrative. Let's put clear the misconceptions that are being sold out there.
Okay, thank you so much. So, President Uhuru Kenyatta last week dared his Deputy President William Ruto to leave the government if he is dissatisfied with it. The president made the remarks in Uhuru, Kiambu County, where he commissioned a healthcare center without naming names but leaving no doubt about the target of his remarks. He said Ruto criticizes the government with one side of his mouth and takes credit for state projects with the other. And we have that video of President Uhuru Kenyatta where he made those remarks.
Unakuja unasema kwa mdomo moja serikali ni mbaya, alafu kwa mdomo mwingine ati tumefanya kama serikali. Kwani serikali ni ngapi? Mnajua serikali ngapi Kenya hii? Ni moja ama ni mbili? Si ni moja? Si ni moja? Kama unataka uzuri wake, kae naye. Kama unataja ubaya wake, toka uache wale wengine waendelee. Lakini huwezi kuja na mdomo moja unasema hii, mdomo mwingine unasema matusi ya wale ambao mko ndani yao na mmesema mnafanya na wao. Ama ni namna gani wenzangu? Kwerago heshima sio? Tuheshimiane jameni. Na tukiheshimiana Kenya itakuwa nchi nzuri, itakuwa nchi ya maana, itakuwa nchi safi, itakuwa nchi ambao Wakenya wanajivunia.
Start for us.
Mr. President, thank you very much. I'm Douglas Part 1, and I want to be honest. Time and time again, I have told you there is a Machiavelli in this country. Nikolai Machiavelli exists in the country called Kenya. And Nikolai Machiavelli, who works with Museveni to entrench dictatorship across the borders. And Nikolai Machiavelli, who does the worst type of crimes, then pretends he doesn't know. And Nikolai Machiavelli, who takes credit of the roads he has not built. And Nikolai Machiavelli, an Emperor Nero, a man who has captured Kenya with Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. Taking people hostage. And Nikolai Machiavelli in this country called Kenya, called Ruto. This guy is a double speaker, double-lipped man, a shameless character who cannot even stand and say, I am not talking to the president, I am lying. Such a man would lie, then how will he lead a country where people don't want lies? Are we creating a community that has lies? The video speaks for itself. It means he has not been speaking to the president. When did he last see the president? He's waiting tomorrow to go to Nyachai's funeral with his shoot suits from Turkey. And then say, Your Excellency, you don't like the president. You have destroyed his legacy. I am defending the legacy. I speak as the legacy trend. What will you do? It's my initiative voluntarily. I'll do it whether it's London, New York, Nairobi, Kigali, Harare, Johannesburg. What will you do? What? Some of these places you might not be traveling in them soon. So end up pole, Mr. Deputy President. Watu wanakuangalia. Asante.
Thank you so much.
That's my opener.
Thank you so much. Daniel Wasonga, your reaction from what President Uhuru Kenyatta there said.
Miriam, today I've been following an online church service, and the preacher was saying two cannot walk together unless they agree to do so. And that has been my learning message to the Deputy President William Ruto. You know, he has been a man who's been straddling from one side of the divide to another. He has been speaking with both corners of his mouth. He has never had a very, very central position when it comes to matters government. When he goes to the central part of the country, he has been taking credit for already made projects that have been spearheaded by President Uhuru Kenyatta. But when he goes to other parts of the country like the coast, he has been on the forefront, really deriding the projects of the Jubilee government like the SGR. So therefore, the president was very prudent in as much as he didn't mention names. it is time we should tell William Ruto that he should resign and vacate the Jubilee government. If at all he do not agree with the president, if we do not believe in the legacy trend, if he does not believe in president agenda, let him resign. Let him not continue earning an illegal salary from the government. That is what he ought to do, Miriam, and that is what Kenyans should call William Ruto to do as soon as possible. Let him vacate. Let him go back to his own. Let him start working on his campaign as he has always done.
Thank you so much, Kidi Mwaga. The sentiments there by President Uhuru Kenyatta. If you cannot, be part of the government, you can't say one moment you're part of the government, the next time you're criticizing the same government. You can as well ship out.
Thank you, Miriam. Finally, the president is saying what some of us have always been praying that he says. That the president has been very lenient, very patient, and very considerate of his deputy. This is the only deputy president in the history of this country who has had so much time sabotaging the progress made by his own government. Sometimes, even when that government is trying to course correct mistakes that are of his own making. When people talk about the economic catastrophe, the difficulty that we are experiencing economically in this country, it will be traced back to the doorsteps of William Ruto. But the president was so patient that William Ruto would see the light, including when the president removed the cabinet secretary for the treasury. The deputy president should have been removed ages ago. Now that the president has asked him to resign, we are praying that if he does not heed the president's advice within a reasonable time frame, that let those words be backed up with actions to ensure that William Ruto is removed from government so that the government of President Uhuru Kenyatta can deliver to the people of Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeven. President Uhuru Kenyatta coming out very boldly there, daring. Of course, he did not mention his deputy by name, but you could see where those words were directed, and he dared him to resign.
Thank you, Miriam, for that clip that we have listened to President Uhuru Kenyatta daring his deputy president, Deputy William Ruto. The deputy president has been going around commissioning projects that are not in line with Jubilee manifesto, and the Hasra narrative that he is peddling is not part of the manifesto or part of the reason why we voted for them to be in government. We voted for them to bring development to all corners of this country. And that is what the President Uhuru Kenyatta has been doing solely without the support of the deputy president. And today, the deputy president tries to take credit of projects that he has been sabotaging. That is something that is not good. And that exactly what we have been saying, that if Deputy President William Ruto feels like he is not satisfied with how the government of President Uhuru Kenyatta is running, the best option he has is to resign and go out there and wait until Kenyans or God will guarantee him to form his own government in 2022, then he can be taking credit. But you can't take credit with projects that you have been sabotaging. Today he was in Kinago, promising the people of Nyandarua good roads, technical training institutions, and we are left wondering how, where, and when will he get these promises delivered. He is a man who is known of mastery of doublespeak, and that is what he exactly doing. Therefore, it is high time that he concentrate on UDA party, or he concentrate with the Jubilee manifesto to ensure that development of President Uhuru Kenyatta government goes to all parts of this country. And I want to remind the deputy president and those people who follow him, we also voted for President Uhuru Kenyatta twice in 2017. Therefore, they are no way special in matters supporting the deputy president. Some people gave their resources to ensure that President Uhuru Kenyatta is re-elected. Therefore, William Ruto is not the only person who should be taking credit when it comes to Mount Kenya region in matter supporting the president. President Kenyatta was supported by people who even don't come from Mount Kenya region. Therefore, we continue saying that the deputy president, it is high time you ship out or you style up and support president to finish strong so that we Kenyans will think on who will vote in 2022. But this country, the president is categorical, will not be left in hands of those who are corrupt, those who have taken public resources, President Kenyatta wants somebody who can continue working on his legacy and ensuring that development goes to all part of this country. And I don't think that person is the Deputy President, William Ruto.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you so much, Jevan Karanja. Douglas Kirimi, what do you make of President Uhuru Kenyatta's sentiments there?
What?
Douglas. All right, Doctor. As we wait for Douglas, something there that I think, is it Kidi that has Daniel Wesonga that brought up, that it's very interesting.
Thank you, Miriam. And
we have a problem. I apologize. We do have a problem with the reception. Douglas. Douglas, we cannot understand what you're saying. Douglas, we can. All right. As we wait for Douglas's signal to be straight there, perhaps, Doctor, I'll ask you, what is it Daniel that said that how Deputy President packages some of his messaging? When he goes to Central Kenya, he hails the project under Jubilee government, but when he goes to other parts of the country, he attacks the same Jubilee government and saying it has not done much to change the life of Kenyans. What do you think is the end goal, and why is he packaging his messaging like this when he's attacking his own government?
Thank you very much. As Kidi Mwaga said, and Daniel Wesonga plus my brother, my younger man, all of them, my sons, as they have said, I want to tell you that this guy set up a mission to destroy Uhuru Kenyatta. If President Uhuru Kenyatta thinks he has a friend called Ruto, then the word friendship should be checked in English vocabulary. Then we go to Oxford and check again. Ruto is not a friend. Ruto is not a friend of the president at all. If you look at His Excellency the President has done for this younger man, is a lot. He's a good president who has kept silent while the guy is looting. And every day the president receives these messages of looting parastatals until it became too much that you could not slaughter more cows in Kenya Meat Commission. The president had to come in and change the management in order to stop looted cows from Kapedo being slaughtered for us to eat in our meat. That's how our stomachs are paining. You know? You eat somebody's cow, the man is crying. It is only cow he had. Miriam, double standard, Stockholm syndrome in political science. Anybody who teaches political science, unfortunately, DP William Ruto studied plants, the study of plants, but he cannot even make millet. The people in the Rift Valley are still growing the same millet they grew 2,000 years ago. He hasn't even initiated any plan. If you gave him an experiment to make a plan, it could be very difficult. It could be difficult. So I want to tell people that some people might not, I am telling you, someone said it over the weekend that if you gave Ruto to manufacture a plant in a laboratory, he might not know, but he has a PhD. So there are problems here. We are beginning to query so many things. So he doesn't know, even he gone to a subject called political science, which he doesn't know. His political science is theft, grabbing of people's. If he sees you with a good wife, a good girlfriend in a hotel, he trembles. You know, these type of things are, people are saying it now. Because it shows how adulterous you are. Even looking at somebody's eyes today on Valentine and that shake the legs like this, it means there is a problem. So there are things that the president didn't know. Thanks God, His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta now has known. Some of us tried to talk this thing 2 years ago. Me, I tried to talk about this. I was told I'm not a Kenyan. I was warning people that this guy is a problem. Miriam, look at my clips. Look at my clips. I told them this guy works with a very terrible mafia in the region. His connection, his money, his wealth, where it is hidden, is a mafia place. And let Kenyans know. We are just keeping quiet, waiting for the moment for the president to say like he has said. Then to let it be to Ma Inge. Another man called, as I finish, man called Duale. Adeni Duale. Adani Duale. He goes to his constituency. He's wearing a Hasola cap, calling upon President Uhuru Kenyatta to reconcile with the deputy president. Hassan Duale's brother is the one who bought the planes of Emerald and the Cameroon money. The planes, the helicopters of that you see at Wilson of Ruto are registered under whose names? Wacha! Nyenye wa Kenya, wacha maneno yanyu. Wacha tuzungumze wazi. Who paid for those helicopters? Adani Duale, shut up. Kuja, if you want to come on the show, the number is 399. Can I advertise the number? Anybody who wants to join us, Miriam, don't forget. Let them come on the show. We have opened the platform. Challenge us here. Don't threaten people. Ruto cannot be trusted with the presidents of this good nation. A man who grabs an ocean, Indian Ocean. You know, he builds a hotel. Even it goes against Indian Ocean. The Portuguese failed. The Turkish failed. The Arabs failed. The English failed. The Italians failed to change the boundary of Indian Ocean. He went to grab Indian Ocean. Until Mombasa Municipal Council halted the building called Dolphin Hotel. Where? Mepiga pictures zote hiyo yote everywhere. When the water comes back from where it has gone, it swallows half of the sitting room of the hotel. Now, Honor, are you not hungry for even beyond God's measures? Are you not? Thank you. That is the man who packages the president in the Mount Kenya. He tells the people he's building roads with the president. In other places, he says the president, it is their BBI and Raila Odinga. Is that the money you want? It's up to you, Kenyans. I'm not a voter. I am an observer. And I've said my things that all people who preach like a Paul were not Jews.
Very well said, Doctor. Thank you so much. And of course, Deputy President did not waste any time, as yesterday he responded to his boss. And before I have that video play, let me just read the Sunday Nation headline, which has captured what is really going on. And it says, "End of civility, beleaguered Deputy President facing a barrage of accusations, including from his boss, for attacking the government he serves. He says he is not going anywhere, but is he ignoring the writing on the wall? And for how long can this unwanted marriage last?" Let's watch that video on how Ruto responded.
For the avoidance of doubt, there is no contest between me and my boss, the President of Kenya. Him and me went to look for votes across the nation. We shared an agenda. We shared a vision. We shared a plan. We shared a manifesto that brought the Jubilee administration into being. And going forward, there is absolutely no contest. And I respect the decision of the president, and the president calls the shots. He is in charge, and he takes all decisions. And I have not countermanded any decision. And I will continue to work as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, because that is my place in the Constitution.
And we want to tell our competitors, do not bring confusion into our government. We know where we are going, we know where we are, and we know how to get where we are going.
Okay, when you watch the Deputy President talk like that, you know, it's quite interesting. Douglas, I don't know if you're back and if you're able to hear us. I don't know what is your comments on what the response by Deputy President when President Uhuru Kenyatta told him to resign the other day. That is what he said yesterday.
Thank you, Miriam. And also we need to understand as a people that the Deputy President position is only anchored in the Constitution when these people went to election. That is the only thing that is anchored in the Constitution alone. And as a principal assistant to the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is scorecard as a Deputy President cannot be used to be able to run for office in the next election. In the US, including in the country, when Kalonzo Musyoka was the Vice President of the Republic of Kenya under President Kibaki, he never used Kibaki's scorecard to run for office. I have never gone to any meeting or also watched on the national television Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka talk about how they delivered with President Kibaki and how he should be able to be elected based on President Kibaki's scorecard. Remember, this is a precedence of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Kenyans voted for President Uhuru alone. The only thing that is anchored in the Constitution, and anyone that is on this panel that has read the Constitution more than I have should tell me if there is any other thing. Whoever told us that this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya should guarantee you, this presidency should work for you in future, should tell us. We saw Joe Biden came up with his manifesto. He never mentioned how they work with President Obama on Obamacare. He is now talking about who is going to revitalize his health sector in the United States of America, work on immigration, work on climate change and all that. What we are having today is a deputy president with no agenda, with no vision, with no nothing. The only thing he can sing about is wheelbarrows are on. Well, the daughter is an ambassador in Poland. Today, we are asking the deputy president, instead of selling us wheelbarrows every day, Jevan Karanja is qualified, Sean Ozonga is qualified, anyone else is qualified. Resign let your daughter resign and give her a wheelbarrow to go to Mudurwa and continue pushing the wheelbarrow so that Jevan can become an ambassador. Because the deputy president has no agenda. He is riding on the agenda of the president. There is nowhere in the Constitution, even across the world, no one has ever rode to power using their president or their boss's legacy to be able to ride to power. It is only Deputy President William Ruto who has no agenda and no manifesto, no nothing. He has no economic blueprint for this nation. He is only using Jubilee scorecard when it is convenient for him. He is insulting the president and also carrying of 100 MPs so that they can continue insulting the president and his family. But when it is convenient, you mention tumejenga reli na President Uhuru, tumejenga mabarabara, and all that nonsense that he is speaking and is doing on national television. We have never even seen Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa when he was a deputy to Zuma in South Africa. We never saw him say that under President Zuma we did this. He came up with his manifesto, and that is what he's doing to South Africans. What I'm asking the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya today, your boss has requested you to resign. Resign today from government of President Uhuru Kenyatta. When your Sugoi government will be in power, you will be able now to tell us what you will do for us as the people of Kenya, and do it courageously and fluently without riding on the back of the man, the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta. I would have gone ahead and also initiated every means possible to chase you out of power. But he has requested you as a gentleman because you keep insulting him, you keep belittling him. But when it is convenient, you wake up from your slumber and speak well of the president and also his administration. But as you continue destroying the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta in this country, Kenyans can see, Kenyans can advise, and the people in Mount Kenya where you keep coming for Harambes as if there are no churches in your backyard, keep doing that, and in 19 months we shall see what is going to happen. Because at the end of the day, Miriam, we have a deputy president who has a tendency of using the president and his name and his administration when it is convenient. When he goes to the people of the coast, he antagonizes them. When he comes to Mount Kenya, some places antagonizes BBI, some other places talks about the infrastructure. Kalonzo Musyoka did not talk about what President Kibaki did, and he was the vice president. Until today, Kalonzo rides on his own manifesto and what he shall do to the people of Kenya when he's elected.
Well.
What is so special with William Ruto from Eldoret?
Thank you so much.
With this deputy president? We need to be told, Miriam, what is so special with this deputy who keeps riding on the back of President Uhuru Kenyatta.
All right.
Mr. President, sack your deputy, send him home, let him go to court and get another deputy.
Thank you so much. Daniel Osonga, Deputy President William Ruto, they are saying there's no contest between me and my boss. Has the word contest found a new meaning?
Miriam, all these go into what the deputy president does not do or he does not say. You know, we have seen functions where some of his allies stand up to take on the podium and they insult the president, and you will see him on at the background of it, grinning and really not doing something about it. So therefore, the deputy president do not think that he's the smartest man in the room. We know all this, we know all these machinations he does. Now, says he uses some kind of Machiavellian politics, which he thinks that he is the smartest person in the context and manipulate people to imagine whatever perception he wants to drive the people. We have seen Moses Kuri insult the president, he works with the deputy president. We have seen Ndindi Nyoro insult the president, he works with the deputy president. We've seen Mohammed Ali insult the head of state, he works with the deputy president. If he's genuine enough, he shows reprimand towards his shows that he's on top of his head. Therefore, if it, that we should be able to know that there's not some conflict between him and his boss. And don't the boss him stop campaigns and concentrate on a service that immediately after the 2017 elections, and he never get to the call. It shows these are men walking two different paths. One is to the people to leave behind a legacy. Another one is too much deluded with his 2022 presidential ambitions, and therefore can never work together. And that is what prompted the president to tell him to resign from office if he believes that he wants whatever the president is doing. So therefore, whatever he's doing right now, we knows that he cannot be able to have a club being a government. Therefore, his soul to cling to the government position up to the mayor now that we no longer hold is when now he can move out of the government. But as long as he's receiving payment from government, receiving all the security, all the entitlement that comes with his office, he cannot. But saying that there's no any kind of acrimony between him and his boss, he's lying to the people of Kenya. He's lying to himself, and therefore, Miriam, I don't agree with whatever he said yesterday. He's lying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. Kidi, Deputy President, they're saying that him and President Uhuru Kenyatta shares a same vision, same plan, same manifesto, so he's not going anywhere. He has work to do and he's supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Kidi is gone, Miriam.
All right. Let me have Jevan and then I come back to you, Doctor.
Jevan.
Doctor, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
In the summary on this topic, time has been, and time is here, and time is now, time will be. There is no more dilly-dallying of the question of whether you are with the president or you are not. President Uhuru Kenyatta has under 16 months to deliver a legacy. The legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta is more important than having a deputy who is not friendly to you. His legacy is being seen internationally as the president who handed over power peacefully to a united Kenya, remains the paramount hinge point of Kenya's elections. If you want good elections in Kenya, amend the constitution. Accept the amendment. It is no longer BBI. Why do I say it's no longer BBI? Because Ruto started the plans. He doesn't know that there's no BBI anymore. BBI finished. BBI was dismantled. It is now an amendment. We are talking about an amendment of the constitution, not BBI. BBI committee finished its job. It gave us an amendment which is being put to test in the assemblies and it will come to Parliament and the Senate. Mr. Deputy President, learn start things now from today. Don't tell maybe you need more teachers like us, not the people who did your papers in the Nairobi University. You need people like us to teach you a bit. You know, BBI is not anymore. BBI is done into an amendment bill. And with an amendment bill, you wait until it arrives on the floor of the Parliament in discussion. Include, pass, reject, whatever you want. It is no longer BBI. You cannot go on crying to insert something in his already, which is already a bill. It is already an amendment bill to the Constitution. 2, quickly as I finish, what type of deputy president is this who calls for people to boycott his friend's products? You have seen some people, his group calling for boycott of milk, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you seen that people, Karanja?
Yes, it's happening to Sanga.
It's everywhere in public. On Facebook.
Yeah, it is happening. It is happening. And we are waiting for them to
Brookside milk, sijui nini, all the things. Boycott of President Uhuru Kenyatta's bank. This is the deputy president. And when people are insulting his friend, his president, his boss, he opens his white teeth. And he's busy laughing. You know, Jamen, Kenya is a good country. But what is going on? If in good democracy, you have been sidelined, you don't feel comfortable, why don't you resign? Why don't you resign? Let this subject end there, Miriam. Of the president, we finished. It is very clear. Pressure this week, we shall mount it. And the more people are mounting pressure. That's why Dwale is now calling for peace talks. Because he knows the pressure is bad. President Uhuru Kenyatta has come out to speak now. Every corner, everybody in the classroom, they are going to say, no, you are against the president. Why didn't you wait? Which parent, which son amongst you here on the show would like to take over my wife? When I'm still alive, you take over your mommy. I don't think with Songa you can manage my mommy, my wife. But you want to take over my wife when I'm still alive? What type of man is this?
Deputy President is an abomination in the African culture, and it shouldn't be something that should be happening.
So it is exactly what the deputy has done. He went and told the people that let's kill Matanga quickly, or kill this man quickly and take over this thing. This guy is ambitious. I told you, an ambitious man who takes over Indian Ocean that has existed for 500 million years. He built a hotel in Indian Ocean. He did not even bring engineers from the Netherlands who did the dike. All of you studied the dike. So when the ocean comes back, it comes to the sitting room of the hotel. You see how bad it is. Dolphin Hotel will never open. Those who will be going there will be going there on their own risk, because water comes in the bedroom while you are sleeping. You know, for me, I will never go to such a hotel, because even the building is stolen. So I'll go to a hotel where the building has not been stolen. You know? Thank you very much. That's the end of this subject. Miriam, move us to another subject.
Sorry, the internet dropped me at some point.
Yeah, Miriam is the owner.
All right, you only have 1 minute before we jump over to our next subject, Kidi.
Yes, thank you. Well, one thing I wanted to say is that the calls by Aden Duale, that let there be peace talks between the president and the deputy are misplaced, because it is people like Duale and Co who are been beneficiaries of William Ruto's grand corruption, who are cheering William on. Look at where Kanikega is. Look at where Duale is. And look at that cabal that they were within parliament, that they were using to make sure that they protected William Ruto's corrupt interest in parliament. When William Ruto was defying the president, they cheered him on. When William Ruto was saying that the BBI process was about dynasties, which they know was a lie, they cheered him on. They did not caution him that he was walking on a dangerous trajectory. Now that the president has asked William to leave government, and people like Duale are still beneficiaries in this government, they have got business interest that they entered into with government that the president has not terminated. Going forward, we must see total respect for the president. But if they want to still engage in sideshows, in charades, then the president must go after them, especially politically, so that they are meant to understand that they cannot have their cake and eat it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's we wind up that topic, and I'm sure this is a conversation that is not going away. I know somewhere today somebody's in church, somewhere or an event, so tomorrow we'll have something else to talk about in regards to this story. And we go to our other story, which I think is very closely related to Kenya, and that is the ICC, the new prosecutor. What does this mean for Africa? Karim Khan will replace Fatou Bensouda from Gambia, and he starts his 9-year term. He faces a daunting task trying to secure more convictions and spread acceptance of the court's jurisdiction across the globe. Khan, who is 50 years old, beat candidates from Ireland, Spain and Italy to win on a second round of voting with support from 72 nations, 10 more than 62 needed. Karim had not originally been on the shortlist for the post and was added partly at the insistence of the Kenyan government. Now, Karim had controversially acted as defense counsel for Kenyan Vice President William Ruto when he was charged with crimes against humanity and of course, other crimes. Doctor, I think you will be the right person to start us off in this conversation.
Thank you very much, and I will be very quick. I know Karim Khan. I have been in the ICC since 2005. On the first case of Uganda. Lawyer Karim Khan has been trying his luck around that same ICC and international law. Karim Khan name was not on the list, but was among the applicants who had applied. I hope you are noting points. Mm-hmm. Among the applicants who had applied, the first 4 applicants were Farmajo, the Ugandan, the Canadian, the Irish, and another guy from America. Mm-hmm. I am the only human being in sub-Saharan Africa who has made Karim Khan have this job. And I'm not going to shy away from taking my credit. And nobody is going to challenge me because I wrote a letter to protest. Nobody had written a letter, not even the Kenya government. And time has come when the Kenya government also has got to respect people. My letter was the first letter which I delivered to the president of the court. And I want you to go to Capital FM and my application to IOM. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Bring it on the screen. The first time I opposed the list, not to the Kenya government. And let's be very honest. As an independent Pan-African forum, I refused Farmajo Gaina. Nobody should tell a lie here. Time has come, nobody should tell a lie to eat in my name. I'm sorry. I am the one who made a list, who protested to the president of the court not to bring the four names, to go back to the drawing table, bring another list, or cancel, or suspend, or postpone, whatever word you want to use, the selection of a new chief prosecutor. Period. Dr. David Matanga signed. It's me. Not people telling lies to the president every time. Let me correct this impression. It's me who wrote the letter. I'm fed up. So Karim Khan has got the job because of this mouth. Had I kept quiet, nobody was protesting. The Kenyan ambassador in Holland was sleeping. Maybe he was drinking. He didn't see this coming. It is me who wrote voluntarily. And I want to thank my friends, those who have helped me to help this country. I want the Kenyans to give me respect. I always stand for the truth. Stop undermining and insulting me. I wrote that letter single-handedly, and it arrived, it broke everything, hell loose. Hell loose. What do? They came back. They thought COVID-19 is around, therefore people are quiet. They sneaked in the program again. That is the letter. Tell me where the Kenya government wrote a letter. It's here. There are several letters there that I've written. Let's not talk lies. These newspapers write lies to eat, people to justify eating. I am not a party trick. I wrote a letter because I love Kenya. If Kenya goes to chaos, I know ICC more than Karim Khan. To be very honest, I'm better off on ICC intelligence than Karim Khan. And already, I want to tell you, George Soros has protested. Open Society Foundation has written a petition withdrawing the money if Karim Khan becomes the chief prosecutor. Walala, 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 I told you. My aim was to stop Fargo Gainer. I succeeded. Another thing my letter produced, Mr. Karim Khan and others, 13 names were brought back. Out of 13, 9 names were taken out because I requested it. 48 accounts of good Shakespearean English, which I wrote myself, not a lawyer. What lawyer? Lawyer what? If we go for an exam with Kid Mwaga, I'll flower him. Tuende kwa exam Kid Mwaga uone Kiingereza yangu. I'll write until you say, my friend, just give him the marks to go. Don't joke with me. I brought that position. So Miriam, in the final analysis, Karim Khan is a good lawyer. Karim Khan was drafted in Ruto's team. And I want Kenyans to understand this. Karim Khan was not Ruto's lawyer. I was there in The Hague. I've been there. I have slept together in the same room, hotel, with Ketwa, with Ogeto, with Munari. We began this thing, all of us together, Ojamen. Nobody should tell a lie that Karim Khan was Ruto's lawyer. Karim Khan was seconded. President Uhuru Kenyatta is a very good man. A good-hearted man, and that Ruto there, that Ruto should just knock his chest a rude pace. He's a man who had no legal fees to pay. The president paid. Is that a bad man? Is that a bad man? You Kenyans. A man paying for you the first legal fees. And now you go around and tell people that you are the one who helped Uhuru at ICC. Shut up. Shut up! Zip! Zip kabisa. You will tell lies to your small boys whom pseudo. You can tell lies to Itumbi, not Matanga, who took Itumbi to the ICC. Itumbi didn't know how to use a seatbelt on a plane. He didn't know how to handle a fork to how to eat food in a plane. Rubbish. Then he's here saying he's a blocker. What a blocker? A man who could not even know how to drink a drink when the plane is moving. It's me who took Itumbi to the ICC. It's me who showed him the hotel where to stay. So I know, and let Ruto not dare us on this, because Ruto is coming, opening up. We shall tell a lot of things. Some of us have been quiet. Please. It could be messy. It could be messy. It could be messy. I have suffered. My name has suffered. I've been arrested. I was arrested by Saitoti. Miriam, give me 3 minutes to
go ahead, doctor.
cry.
Go ahead.
Give me 3 minutes to cry.
Go ahead.
Let me tell these Kenyans for the first time today. I was arrested by Saitoti, handed over to ICC investigators, Alex Whiting and other investigators. For 3 days, I was detained in Fairview Hotel, answering questions as to whether I had interfered with the witnesses. I told them the witness I had interfered with is called Maina Kabutu, OTP4, who was on Facebook. How can a witness be on Facebook? So go and lock me up in prison. Go and take me in prison. I told ICC, mchukue mimi kwa gerezani. Itatoka, I will flood the whole ICC will go down. Have you ever seen ICC come from attack again? I studied law. I did not cheat my degree like Ruto. Watch out. Mine was from hard work. I asked the ICC investigators, did I tell the witness to be on Facebook and Twitter? Maina Kabutu, OTP4, was greeting people on Facebook. I also intercepted him on Facebook, followed where he was, and I found him. I am an investigative journalist. And I taped him, recorded him, finished him, and I brought it to put to the public. What did I do wrong? He had no protection order. Let ICC produce the protection order. Up to today, shame. Up to today, they had to. Do you know what? They terminated. I have a letter, a very beautiful letter from ICC, terminating all proceedings against me. At least for me, I have a letter, man. Mr. Ruto, I work with the letter, man. Wewe uko na barua, mimi niko nayo. Wacha unakwambia Ruto leo ujue. I have a letter that terminates my proceedings against me ever on planet Earth. Because I told you the truth. I found a witness on Facebook called James Maina Kabutu, OTP4. I blew him up in the media. That was my crime. Within 1 minute, my website had 80 million viewers and it collapsed. It collapsed, Wesonga. I'm a bad boy. It collapsed. Within 1 hour, Ocampo rang me personally. Hello, Dr. Matsanga. Please remove that link. I said, I'm sorry. You didn't know I am a tall 6.1 feet Ugandan who was circumcised in 1972. I'm dangerous. I'm not removing. Go and do what you want to do to me. He said you have refused. Yes, you have refused. I am not removing. Now he used the Saitoti to arrest me. Because Saitoti was the head of the ICC team. And they said, I have contravened Article 7. The younger men here and our viewers might not know. They better know. The investigators flew from London with boxes, DNA boxes, as if I had, what had I done, man? I looked like a, my wife, my children were very annoyed, were very scared. 3 days under incommunicado from not seeing anybody, except 3 people who saw me, my lawyer, Chief Charles Taku, my PA, Ingrid, and Mr. Danny Mwangi, my lawyer in Kenya. He now is alive, he can tell you the story. So, when they asked me whether I had done anything wrong, I told them the truth. But they gave me 1 hour to say what I should say. They didn't know they were giving a lion. I roared. I asked Ocampo to return the $250,000 that he had received from President Museveni to indict the LRA. Kwisha. Leo inatoboka. 250,000 in cash. And I want also to thank Museveni for having released that tape to me.
Doctor, you just dropped a bombshell.
Yes,
yeah?
That's how I work. That is how I work. And you say it, I play it. I play it now. This is valid. If the Ocampo says no, I play it.
Doctor,
I will play it.
Yes. Let me
so,
just...
in final analysis.
No, before final, because I think you're the only person who's able to handle this topic. Once you're done, I think we'll just go to the next topic because I think you've exhausted it, which is a good thing. So yes, Mr. Karim's current term as the International Criminal Court prosecutor is likely to start with many questions about the potential conflict of interest and possibly recusals, especially in the Kenyan situation where the witness tampering case against lawyer Paul Gisheru is ongoing, but lawyer Katwa Kigen, who worked with him on the William Ruto Joshua Sang case, is hailing him as the most qualified for the job. So the conflict of interest here, Doctor, that may arise.
Already, not me, and that Kani will need me. It is not me needing Kani. Kani will need Matanga to tackle George Soros. I'm the only man on planet Earth who tackles George Soros. George Soros have written, they have said, no, how the cases of Kenya are not yet over. The cases of Kenya were not over. How will the prosecutor, who was the defense lawyer, terminate the cases or continue with them or finish them before he is handed over the office? Now, and I want to give the Kenyans free advice. I want to give the Kenyans free advice. And I listen to these lips, this one, very innocent lips. God is with them. God tells me what to say. Yeah! God, Mungu. And niambianga, kama nakwambia and you don't follow, you will fall in a trap. Kenyans, watch this. Madam Fatuma has 4 months left. Ruto's people stop rejoicing on Facebook. Mumesikia hiyo? This is pseudo accounts, boys who have no shoes. They also insult a man with shoes. Oh, who have not showered for 1 year. I shower every day. Wachana mimi nyenye. You insult me every day. Lakini kama unakuja kwa hii TV paka na mimi nitakuragua. Go and shower first. Me, I shower every day. And then they insult me. I am now telling you, Ruto, tell your supporters not to rejoice. This woman is there 4 months. She hasn't handed over. She's the one who wanted Fago Gaina. She's the one who wanted Fago Gaina. Mzee, wewe waambia watu yako hiyo, waache hiyo mambo ya matusi ya kutusi. You wear tusi Kenyatta, but don't tusi me. Me, I'm more dead. You tusi the president. Not in, honestly, I've seen so many things. I've lost so many things. Usitusi mimi, you only beat me because you have a country. But usitusi mimi, me, what I tell you, that outside there you could not. Please, wachana na mimi. Mimi niko on ICC. I am with Africans. I will stand with you. I've told you on this program that even if you take Museveni there, and you have taken Museveni to the ICC, I know Kirimi would not like to hear this statement. I will defend that Museveni there. Because I hate ICC. Can I say it today again, Miriam? If you take Museveni there, having done a lot of damage on me, I will defend him. Because I hate ICC. I want Africa to have an African court. Time for Africans to be shipped across the ocean is past. I am a Pan-African. I live by an African. I eat Pan-Africanism. How can I support people being airlifted across to go and stand trial in cold areas where people have sunshine denied? And Africa has a continent with sunshine. Even you take Museveni there, that's what I've told Besigye. Besigye and the others cannot talk without Matanga. Where? Yeah, you don't know. One of these days when you find who is the real master. The real master, wachana na Besigye. A man who can win a constituency when he's 10,000 miles away. Unafikiri nani? Where? You win a constituency through osmosis. Have you ever heard that? Yanya mcheze. God speaks through my mouth. And what I tell you is like what Atwal is. Be careful. Fatou Bensouda is still in office. Don't insult her. Don't antagonize. She will bring a very terrible indictment. And I leave Karim Khan in a Kwagamaya state. Already, Miriam, you have seen someone there. They have written there. He has got to justify to the world what he will do with his client. And the George Soros funds 3/4 of ICC. About a quarter of the money comes from George Soros' pocket. George Soros is threatening to withdraw the funding because of Karim Khan. Because his candidate was removed. You know why? Karim Khan would not like to hear this thing of Uganda. Why I like Karim Khan to go there is he will unravel this Uganda mystery. How did you charge one side and leave the other side? Karim Khan will throw the Ugandan cases out. He's my brother. Remember, I have no problem with him. He will throw these cases. How can you charge Bantu, leave Ruo and leave Bantu? How? What type of court is that? Therefore, I submit, Miriam, that court, Karim Khan is a able man, is able to do it. He is a man, but he's going to find a problem between Israel and himself, between Palestine and Israel, between America and himself. So he has got to steer away from Palestinian issue and be very different. Kenyan issue, Libyan issue. He has been How will Karim Khan solve the issue of Bashir? He was the lawyer for Bashir.
A lot of conflict of interest there for him. He'll be reaccusing himself in a lot of these cases.
Yes, he was a lawyer for Bashir. We were together. I went to Khartoum. Khan was in Khartoum. So when we reached there, guess what? I asked Bashir, you are telling me the French are your friends. I said the French are the ones plotting to overthrow you. This is 2017. I was in Khartoum. It didn't take long before the French threw out Mr. Bashir. But the woman, lastly, Miriam, there is a very good thing that the world and our viewers should know. Mm-hmm. There is a bigger problem in ICC than Karim Khan. The bigger problem is the president of Assembly of State Parties. The woman called Sylvia Fernandez Gumedi. She has been made, listen, she has been made the president of Assembly of State Parties. The woman who swindled $17 million to indict Bashir with Ocampo. Now you tell me how Khan is going to work between this fifth and that fifth, and how do you work with thieves? It's impossible. So media, in a nutshell, Karim Khan's ascendance to ICC is a welcome decision, and people should thank Matsanga, because it's me who petitioned the court. The Kenya government did not petition the court. And because we are on the same side, I also want to thank the Kenya government for following my steps to petition the court. I also need that credit. Let the president also give me the credit. Kuachiwa nyuma, nilifanya hiyo. Kesi ingine ya ICJ, imefanya hiyo. Because if I don't do it, for example, now, have you seen the ICJ saga? Have you put it on the roll call? Mm-hmm. The ICJ is a saga. You can't say there is no map. The map is missing. How do you? What is this? So, Miriam, we want to keep the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Your Excellency, clean that, the mess. There is a mess from Ruto. Tell him, call him and tell him, please, I don't want you to be in my government. This is the woman. That one there, the woman you see there, that's the fish. How can she be the president of the court? I am going to petition again. Then tomorrow, somebody will say, they are the people. People should acknowledge. If you write a book and you have copied some words from the Bible, acknowledge the Bible and thank the writer of the Bible. I don't know who the God wrote the Bible, please. At times, thank you. Thank you very much, Miriam. That subject, I don't think there's anybody else who has more material
than you.
If they have, they can add on.
No. Doctor, you've covered that topic for us. Thank you so much. And I think that letter that the Sunday Nation was referring to was the letter that Kenya's ambassador to Netherlands, Lawrence Lenayapa, wrote to the court on July 13th, 2020. But
and look,
that was
Matsanga,
after your letter.
Matsanga had written.
Before that. Yes, Doctor, I remember.
Before that, yes. My letter.
Yes, I remember
but
that.
But because I am not a country, thank you. Someone cannot, Lenayapa copied my honest. He doesn't have good English. He copied my English. I don't want to shame people here.
Okay, Doctor, so
that's my English. I've seen the letter Lenayapa wrote. Time has come for us to tell the president the truth. These people copy. He copied my letter. Which letter Lenayapa wrote? And I should be given also say thank you. I had already written to the court protesting. Lenayapa sits near the court, sleeps near the court, drinks near the court. He saw these things coming. They didn't know they were going to allow Fago Gaina to go. I'm not a diplomat. I am an activist. And any of you, my son, is on this show. You must be activists. If you're an activist, nobody will threaten you. And don't keep quiet. When I'm gone, speak louder. I hate ICC. Never will I compromise with them. The way they forged the papers to come for me when I was telling them the truth, I hate them. And Mr. Ruto, I have not finished with you yet. You, Mr. Ruto, with the Molukomen, and the Arab Sanga, that governor of Nandi, ask them, why did they write statements to implicate you? Sindio wacha tucheze sasa karata hiyo. Wacha tucheze. Mulukomen opening his mouth over the day that Uhuru. Nyenye bado jua. We shall bring missiles back to you. These are the people who are witnesses.
All right, very well. Thank you so much, Doctor, for that. So we'll just move on to our next topic, and that is Somalia. And as you know, right now, Somalia was supposed to go to its election on the 8th of February. That has since passed. So the big question is President Mohamed Farmajo in office illegally? And maybe, Doctor, you'll start for us, and then we'll go to the rest of the panelists.
On Somalia,
yes.
Do you know what? If Somalis want peace, they better remove Farmajo. Period. I don't have too many words.
Okay.
Get Farmajo out, you will get the peace. Somalia, since Farmajo came to power, Farmajo has destabilized the entire region of East Africa and the Horn of Africa. I therefore call upon the people of the region, IGAD, to tell the world, are they going to continue with this type of politics where one of the belligerent states which we are trying to help is causing more chaos than peace? I have tomorrow, as I told you, I will table before the United Nations Security Council, through my people in New York, I'll table a letter to the Secretary General. The contents, Miriam, I'll share them with you once they have arrived at the Secretary General's office. I've already, by DHL, this afternoon, done a document, delivered it to the United Nations Security Council. Kenya is a member of the UN Security Council. I'm calling upon the Security Council to take certain measures lest there is a war in the Indian Ocean. And let them not blame me. No, not lest. Unless they want a war in the Indian Ocean. I want us also to go to my letter, which I wrote about Libya. They have that letter. The production team has that letter. I warned the people about Libya. And the people called me names. That letter was very clear. Miriam, for you to know that these lips are from prophet, God is lips. Read that letter of Libya 7 years ago. What is happening in Libya and the Mediterranean Sea? I predicted it. I wrote, because I started this subject called political science, to the last iota. I can create political science again, not like a Mr. Ruto who cannot even create a plant. A seed of maize for Kenya to change from the bad seed to good seed. Ana, kama unampatia test tube, Ana ajui test tube gani? Walai ya Mungu, wala la 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 la.
Matsanga, he said he's a slow scientist.
Yeah, I think so. So, on the question of Farmajo,
yes,
Somalia. Somalia wants to put its problems on Kenya to solve its internal problems. But Somalia, with the leadership of Farmajo, is as dead as it was in 1991. That's the summary. Have you got my point? Somalia, with the leadership of Farmajo, Mohamed Farmajo, is as dead as it was in 1991 when the uncle Siad Barre was in power. That is the same tactics. The disease has cropped in the nephew. And that is where we are. The man does not want Kenya. The man wants to antagonize everybody. He's on his wrong. He's selling the oil blocks. He's selling everything. They are getting everything they want. There you are. We have a problem. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, very well, Doctor. And there is a new scandal right now around the oil blocks. So maybe that is a conversation we will have tomorrow. But an alliance of Somali opposition leaders have announced they no longer recognize President Mohamed Farmajo as the head of state as his mandate officially ended on February 8th. Previous talks between representatives of the federal states and the central government in Dusamareb had failed to produce a political agreement. Farmajo and the leaders of Somalia's 5 semi-autonomous federal states reached an agreement in September that paved the way for indirect parliamentary and presidential elections in late 2020 and early 2021, but it fell apart as squabbles erupted over how to conduct the vote, and last-minute talk to salvage the agreement collapsed on Friday. Javen.
It's not there, Miriam.
All right, Kiddy.
Yes, refresh your question again, please.
Yes, as you've seen that there are an alliance of opposition leaders there in Somalia coming out and saying they do not recognize President Mohamed Farmajo as the duly elected president of the federal state of Somalia there, because they were supposed to go to the elections on the 8th of February, but that failed. And so now the legitimacy of Farmajo's leadership is at stake here.
I will preface my answer by saying that no man is good enough to govern another man without that other man's consent. Mr. Farmajo, instead of organizing elections in Somalia, has been keen to pursue an expansionist policy against Kenya, which of course has resulted into a belligerent foreign policy in the region, in part almost bringing this region into a conflict. And if it were not for the sound and steady leadership of President Uhuru Kenyatta and good judgment of the Kenyan government in regards to the foreign policy in the Horn of Africa, this place would have spiraled into a full-blown war. So that now, if and when the people of Somalia are failing to recognize President Farmajo because of his failure to organize elections within time, then it is imperative that we, the people of the East Africa, support such voices to put pressure on President Farmajo to ensure that elections are called within time, so that whoever the Kenyan government shall be engaging in Somalia shall be someone who enjoys the will of the people. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And we know in September last year, a bill was passed that allowed President Farmajo to stay in office until I think elections are held there. So do you think President Farmajo might use this to continue extending his tenure there illegally, Douglas?
Thank you, Miriam. We need to understand that Mohamed Farmajo is reading from the playbook that his uncle, like Dr. Masanga said, Mohamed Siad Barre was doing in 1991 before he fell. This is the same route that Farmajo wants to take the people of Somalia. And it is the simple tones in Somalia that don't want to accept that the nephew of Siad Barre is reading from the playbook that his uncle was using in 1991 when they took the country to the dogs. He wants to take the country to the dogs, and I'm asking the opposition in Uganda, in Somalia, and also people of goodwill in the world should not allow Mohamed Farmajo to continue staying in power. And whatever they are doing today, they should continue writing letters of protest, including to the UN Security Council, to the AU, which is also sleeping on the issue in Somalia. They are in Somalia, but they are not doing anything so that they cannot continue, so that they can discontinue the misrule that has been permitted by Mohamed Farmajo. Because at the end of the day, the people of Somalia were to elect their president on 8th of February, which is past now. Over 60 days now, Mohamed Farmajo continues exercising his powers as a president from Villa, Somalia, when the people of Somalia should have a new president who has the interest of their country and who wants to take their country forward. This is a man that wants to destroy his country the way he has destroyed his relations across the region, except in Uganda, where the old man, General Museveni, is giving him another dictator as a playbook that he is reading from. We need to desist from this habit of sticking to power, even beyond when time has shown that the people of Somalia should have elected a new president. Mohamed Farmajo fears that a new president might be elected in Somalia, that the opposition might override his mandate and also deny him a chance of becoming the president again, so that he will be held accountable for selling our oil products in Indian Ocean. And the world should know that Farmajo is a shameless thief who has sold our oil products in Indian Ocean, and the world Western powers have put pressure on him to continue staying in power that the people of Somalia don't want. So Miriam, my opinion is Mohamed Farmajo continues staying in power illegally, and he needs to be outed out of office because the nephew of Siad Barre wants to take Somalia, a Paria state today. He wants to take the Afiori state to the dogs. He wants to take the route that when Siad Barre fell in 1991, took their country, Miriam. This is a man who wants to stick to power by all means, but the people of Somalia and people of goodwill in the world should resist this attempt of Farmajo staying in power.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Daniel, what's your take on the recent developments there of Somalia and Somalia failing to have its elections on the 8th of February, and now President Farmajo is still there, and the opposition coming out and saying, no, we don't recognize you as the legal president of the federal state of Somalia?
Miriam, first and foremost, I really like to say that history repeats itself. First, an event, and secondly, as a disaster. As Douglas, Dr. Matsanga have hinted there, Farmajo is a nephew to the former dictator Siad Barre, and therefore you remember in 1991, whatever Siad Barre drove the people of Somaliland into. It was very unfortunate, and the country fell apart, and it is for that reason that up to now Somalia has not been having a stable leadership. Now, what we have to ask ourselves, is history now going to repeat itself as a disaster now under Farmajo? Because this is a man who has created a acrimonious relationship not only with neighboring countries like Kenya and their neighboring countries, but also with his own countrymen. We've seen him fighting Madobe of Jubaland. We've seen him fighting other political leaders in Somalia. And we've seen him even fighting with other Somalis who are in diaspora. I keep in touch with a few friends who are in diaspora, and they're not comfortable, Miriam, with the happenings that are there in Somalia right now. And if the situation is not contained, then we are going to see a doubling of our people that we are having in Somalia. And that one will only serve to drive the country into more anarchy, into more chaos, and things might not be the same again for the people of Somalia. The small progress the subsequent presidents have set in Somalia will be backtracked by the leadership of President Mohamed Farmajo. So, in my opinion, Miriam, I think he has to be careful not to plunge the country, which is already starting with a lot of anarchy, with lots to do with how to revive the economy, into another sad situation that we've seen previously. So to me, I think he's ruling illegally, and sooner than later, Miriam, we are going to see chaos erupting in Mogadishu and other parts of Somalia.
All right, thank you so much. And one of our viewers here, Patrick Mundilo, you're saying Farmajo is a subject to Museveni playing hide and seek. I'm not sure if I'm able to understand that. But let's just move on to Museveni's land there, and that is Uganda, where there is an election petition that former Ugandan presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, that is alias Bobi Wine, on Tuesday suffered an early setback in his petition challenging President Museveni's victory when the Supreme Court dismissed his application to amend the suit and include new grounds after the hearing of submissions by both Wine's and Museveni's lawyers. The court adjourned for a few hours to give a ruling on the application. The justices advised Wine's legal team, led by Mr. Medad Lubega, that other name I can't read very well, to file evidence by affidavits to prove the grounds they raised in the original petition. So we see there in a nutshell, Bobi Wine has an election petition in Uganda's court there, Supreme Court, but this will not be the first time that President Museveni's win had been challenged. And so I don't know, are we likely to see anything different from what we've seen before? Dr. Start us off.
Thank you very much, Media Amanda. I will be candid this time, point to point, and so that we finish in time.
Yes.
Point number one. You see, Alphonse Ndolo is my friend. History will judge him harshly. Chief Justice Alphonse Ndolo, Dr. Matsanga, Olanya, Bishop Onono, Bishop Odama, Ruakana Rugunda, Matsanga, Riaka Macha, we are on the same plane, flying to go to look for peace in Uganda. In Garamba Park, we are looking for Konyi to sign documents, to come back and cease war, stop war, command all the troops to cease fire. We succeeded. Now, Chief Justice Ndolo is a sober man. The setback on filing late is understandable. But they filed late because the man who should give instructions was under custody. Mr. Kyagulanyi was under custody. Prohibitive protection, a prohibitive jail. That they are protective jail, sorry. That they are protecting him from being killed. By who? Miriam, yesterday, I watched my president.
Was that the reason they gave, the reason why they're holding Kyagulanyi at his place? They're protecting him.
Yes.
Against his
will.
will.
You know, I watched my president from London, where I am. When he was speaking at 8 o'clock, he even yawned on TV.
He's tired.
The whole world, people were calling me saying, Matanga, you have strength. Why can't you go and help? I have asked the president quietly. I am the only man with him from Tanzania. The rest of these are Mafikizolos. We were together in Dar es Salaam. Please help. I can help you to set a transition. The guy is tired. The man even was very paranoid when the camera took him with the cap. You know, I don't know who advises His Excellency, but he's my friend in terms of Pan-Africanism. Museveni likes a Pan-Africanism. That's why one small card is there, left there for him. But on the question of democracy and the Stockholm syndrome, why Somalia is going to chaos? Don't look anywhere else. And if the Kenya intelligence is looking anywhere else for problems in Somalia, then they don't know. I would advise them to start looking there. They should look at the relationship between Farmajo and Yoweri Turhabana. You know, after doing all damage in this other name, he refused this one. Now there is a name that I cannot even pronounce. I will look for it and practice. So, His Excellency President Museveni was explaining the issue of security. But Miriam, there is a petition in court, and you are telling the whole world what these men have complained about in court. You say, I brought a cracker unit, a hardcore unit from Mogadishu, to come and do exactly what these boys have put in the petition in court.
Doctor, he said that? He incriminated himself?
Yes, he said it. That the cracker unit came here and eliminated, this is the word, eliminated all the thuggery around the city. Which is exactly what said, which exactly the lawyer of Chagulanyi and others have filed to say we did not have a free and fair election. So the judges in Uganda, unless they are wrong judges, I'm telling you, unless the judges did not go to school. But with this evidence, it is not a question of when did it take place. Did the violence frustrate the elections of the Republic of Uganda? Yes or no? That's all. That's all. If the violence made it difficult for certain people to be able to vote, no judge in the Commonwealth can allow that election to stand. I'm now telling you, I've read the law, I've read the Commonwealth law. Kid cannot challenge me on this because I've already challenged him for an exam. We can do it. No judge in the Commonwealth can tell you. You see why Kenya election was nullified. What? It is a simple thing. This woman who doesn't speak English, because she speaks Kamba, not English. The lady who from Makweni, she's water. In fact, the area where you went the other time, okay, Madam's Deputy CJ asked one question. And me, I told the people, I was in Intercontinental Hotel in Nairobi. I told the people, bring me my brandy, 4 tots. We have, and I picked a phone and I called a friend of mine up there. I said, we are done. The woman said, can you tell us where these spoiled votes were kept? Finished. Did you know that is what finished the Uhuru fast? That's all. Mr. Chebukati could not tell the court, the lawyer could not say, what about if a man comes to vote, then he ticks Museveni, then ticks a picture of a girl dancing around the Chagulanyi. I love Chagulanyi, I love, all rights there, I love. Where are those spoiled votes kept? The IEBC of Kenya could not prove any box where those spoiled votes went. The election was nullified. The Uganda scenario is straightforward. President Museveni yesterday, last night, himself incriminated himself by saying he called a unit from Mogadishu that has been killing people in Mogadishu. A cracker unit that kills those bad boys. Anyway, those are very bad also if they are killed. But he brought them to Kampala and some areas, and these are the same areas the opposition was crying. The only place he did not bring those cracker units is my place, because we had said, you shall disarm them at night. My people have mobilized. They are like Matanga himself. For us, we are not Baganda. You can beat and we keep quiet. You can't beat a Mukitsu and he keeps quiet. So, look, the president on international television telling people that he had brought those troops from Congo and brought them in Wakiso, in all troubleshot areas. The same areas, if you read the petition of Chagulanyi, the same areas the president talked about is the same areas where the troops operated from. So now, tell me, a normal court in the Commonwealth with a lot of international eyes on our country called Uganda, will they allow this to pass by? Will it go? The truth is, and I told you I stand by this truth as I finish Miriam, I told you there is no election. There was no election in Uganda. There was no election in Uganda. And the next time, I want to tell my fellow opposition leaders from Besigye, Chagulanyi, and the rest, from today, listen to me. And I want you to listen to me because I was in the struggle before you. None of you was in a struggle before me. I'm the living soul today, left product of Obote, Nyerere, and others. I am. The rest have gone. The Okeros, the Ito Joke have gone. The Obotes have gone. Matanga is still alive. Watch my lips. Next time Museveni arranges an election, if I'm not there, don't take part. Sit at home and let him announce himself and wait for, there is a man upstairs there. Yes, sir. Have you seen the man upstairs there? Everybody in this, on the panel is looking upstairs. When something happens, where do you look first? You don't look to where it has happened. You look up there. Everybody. Even now, if there's trouble in that studio, Miriam will look where? He will not look up. Have you seen Miriam's eyes are looking up? Kidi and Pirimi, the eyes are looking up. There's one man up there who knows what is going to happen. Next time, please, next time, Chagulanyi, 5 years to come, you will be about 44. You can lead Uganda peacefully. But what you need to do, if it is Museveni in the race, don't take part. Tell all your people, let's go ahead and do everything we can do. Let them do what they want. Do you know why? Do you know why? Ask me why. Where is Idi Amin? Where is Obote? Where is Okero? Where are they? Where are they? You see the gods, when they want to finish you, they first bring rain to rain on you, expose you. They dance with you. The election in Uganda can never take place. Free and fair election can never take place when you don't even have enough money to campaign as a political party in opposition. Therefore, this election was bound to produce the results that we have. So as Ugandans, this court, I know where it is going to go. Again, I can predict it to you. If you wanted me to say, some judges will dissent, write a dissenting document But they are coming back, having had the real evidence from the guy last night. They will pretend that they are not in Jerusalem. They were very far in Damascus. Therefore, they didn't hear. They were strangers in that country called Uganda. They didn't hear what the president said last night. Mm-hmm. And for His Excellency the President, I have one message. Muse, at times when you are tired, please don't. We Ugandans have people of very good manners. And our people told us that when you are yawning, you catch like this. Then we are very good. You have, when you are tired, Your Excellency boss, at times postponed the meetings. You know, now everybody woke up in the morning laughing at me everywhere. They have sent me very bad messages today. Now, why do you, that you are look at you? Why are you looking at me? I'm not the one who was yawning last night. Have you seen you have seen Kidi and the Kirimi, you have seen what is happening on my wall. They are hammering me, oh, your president was yawning. So the man might have been working in the gym and they did not have a rest.
I still, and of course, old age has kicked in, and perhaps next time, Mr.
Thank
President,
you very much.
have a press conference before your sleep time. Yeah, maybe usually he's used to such a time he's in bed. So, but he had to do that press conference, and of course.
And by the way, Miriam, as I leave, Emery Eunice has agreed with me.
Yes, nothing will come out of the courts. Yes,
that participating in such an election gives the man legitimacy. And I was telling you, know, the problem with people who want power so fast is when you tell them, they think, you have another plan, you will take off. I don't want to take off. I have my children. My firstborn is older than Chagulanyi. If she wants to contest for Uganda seat, in fact, from Eastern Uganda, she can be very bad news. So I've taught her she will do it one day. But the point is, why do you go in an election where you know your hands are tied and you have been thrown in a swimming pool to swim across? We should have left this election. The international community would have come now to help us, and we say, rule like a Kagame, rule like a Burundi. You know, people boycotted the election in the Burundi. You remember? Nkurunziza went ahead. Boycott is a very good tool of taming dictators. In fact, if you boycott Museveni's election, he will sit down and say, Kumbe, these people don't like me. He will come back and try to adjust. But if you go in it, play with it, and say candidate, now 22, about 14, 12 presidential candidates. Yanini, for what? Useless. Some of them garnered one vote in one polling station. You are legitimizing. Just boycott and sit at home. Look at the Igbo, the Nigerians, the Igbo did. Look at what the Igbo did to Buhari. The registered number of voters were 84 million. Those who voted were 28 million. 56 million voters of Igbo, the Igbo people, sat at home. And the Buhari is collapsing. You know, if rats can eat your office, rats are a very bad sign. If a rat comes down from the church, a rat is a mouse. It comes down, drops on your chair to eat. It means you have been eating a lot and you have not been giving them food. So they come to eat this and you want to survive. You know, Buhari almost went down. Until people in Nigeria today saying, this is not the real Buhari. This is the man is called Jabril from Chad. The real one went down. Rats are very bad sign. When it crosses your path, don't go, return home. It's like a black cat in Meru. When you are bringing your mirror down to Nairobi and a black dog or cat crosses, return. That car will not arrive. Please, learn me, I'm an African real. When you are going to a journey to Sumu, unless there is a barrier, or there's something that you have to do on the come back, and a black dog crosses you, return home.
Yes, that is a sign of a bad omen.
Yes, God is warning you. Anything associated with darkness is a big problem. So, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor.
My contribution on the question of Uganda, but one point today as I go, you will finish when I'm about to go, is if Museveni is taken to the ICC, this is the concession I've given, I'll defend him. Because I don't like ICC. That's it. Bottom line. I want an African court. But if he's taken to African court in Arusha,
you'd be a witness.
I will leave Africans to make a decision. Me, I hate that institution. Haki ya Mungu, I hate it like hell. That is my bottom line. And thank you very much, Your Excellency. This is the type of democracy. Don't hate me and send squads. But in London where I am, but I am only saying, you see, this world is becoming very complicated, and for reasons, some of the things that you do, you say, again, can incriminate you. So that's all I'm saying as a Ugandan. You have done very well in keeping security in our nation, but don't turn the security apparatus on these younger men. Don't beat them up. There are many people in safe houses. There are many people who are lost. People have not seen their children for a long time. They come and they kidnap your daughter is going to buy salt. They take him, he's not seen. You stay your husband, your sister, your brother, because he was voting for Chagulanyi. He's not seen. No, that behavior should not happen in our country. Whoever is doing it must stop it. You know? Of course, we are returning to talk about Biafra. And we shall talk about Biafra. But we have done a lot about Biafra. Thank you very much. We know the suffering you are going through. We are aware.
All right, very well. So as we conclude the show, I'd like to hear your last, as we wind up with Uganda. I'll start with you, Douglas. And of course, one of the key things that the doctor has pointed for us, that press conference that President Museveni had yesterday when he admitted, and he says that without fear. He says that with a lot of arrogance. Even the last time he was having another interview with an international media house. And election violence is one of the key things that Bobi Wine has as part of his petition and grounds as to why this election should be nullified. And Wine accuses a six-time presidential candidate of bragging about election violence right from 1980, 1996, 2001, 2006, 2011, 2016, and now 2021 elections, resulting into unfair elections, and has proudly and publicly stated that NRM is the master of violence. Can that not be just reason enough to nullify this whole exercise? Douglas.
Thank you, Miriam. And also, we need to also tell the people of the world that this dictator from Uganda has also now amassed and morphed into an hybrid political conman who has continued to write a book that he has distributed to the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, to Farmajo, and other regional players that he keeps supporting through UPDF special forces, the crack units that Dr. Masanga talks about. This is a dictator that has continued stifling the voices of reason, alternative voices, and also different perspectives against ease in Uganda. This is a man that has continued killing voices of reason in Uganda, taking people to exile and also destroying their homes, their businesses, and all that. We need to be able to demystify the issue about the president of Uganda, General Museveni himself. General Museveni continues killing people, and when he goes on international television and national television in Uganda, he keeps talking about how his boys have brought down men and women and also killed the people. It is a man that the Supreme Court of Uganda should not only annul his election, but they should take a stern action against him. And after he has left office completely, action needs to be taken against him. This is a man that has committed crimes against humanity and also economic crimes against humanity in Uganda. Remember, this is the same man who owns almost everything in Uganda, either through direct ownership and also through proxies. The Supreme Court of Uganda owes the people of Uganda justice under their constitution. They need to be able to take action over President Museveni continuous harassment of people, taking advantage of the fear that he has created among the masses in Uganda, so that he can be able to destroy the people and livelihoods of Ugandans as he keeps his hands tightly on power. This is a man who has now continued to what he said in 2016. After 75, he is not going to run again because a man suffers what scientists call dementia. This is a man that is sleeping in press conferences in Uganda. This is a man that has given the playbook to William Ruto in Kenya so that he continues his bad habits and tendencies to continue destroying and besmirching the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. This is the same man that has taken the disease to Somalia so that Farmajo can continue staying in power. It is a man that the Supreme Court of Uganda needs to nip his 60th term, nip it at the bud so that it cannot continue for the next 4 years, killing and destroying the lives of Ugandans. The people of Uganda cannot wait until 2026 so that they can be able to deal with General Museveni himself. People of Bale are crying. People in Masaka are crying. People in Ruero are crying. People in Karamajong are crying. Everywhere in Uganda, people are crying, and General Museveni needs to pack and go home. The people of Uganda are tired, and also the people of goodwill across the world are tired. This is a man who came to power over 36 years ago, Miriam, and we need to be able to tell the world the truth that this time General Museveni has reached the age of diminishing returns as far as the politics of Uganda are concerned, and as far as presidency in Uganda is concerned. There are capable people in Uganda that can run their country better than General Museveni. I have had interviews before when this dictator, very shameless man who continues killing populations in Uganda, killing dreams of young people that want to ascend to power in Uganda, he has said that there is no man that is capable of taking Uganda to the next level. He is a man that has been taking Uganda to the next level since he went to the bush in 1991. It is a man that has been taking Uganda to the next level for the last 36 years. It is a man that has now ran into the presidential palace with a slogan that says he wants to secure the future of Ugandans. At this point, Miriam, the people of Uganda needs to be given an opportunity by the Supreme Court of Uganda in electing a leader of their choice, a leader whose mandate is given directly by the people of Uganda, not by UPDF or the police force in Uganda.
Thank you. Securing the future of Uganda, almost 35 years later, he's not been able to do that. I don't know what kind of future is this. And you've said the people of Uganda are tired. Even President Museveni himself is tired. The doctor said he was yawning while talking there, so maybe he needs a break. I don't know why he keeps insisting. Kidi, as we conclude the Uganda petition. I'll go to Daniel.
Yes, Miriam, first of all, as I give my opinion, I'm reliably informed that my good friend Don Innocent Wanyama is watching, who is also a spokesman to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And of course, my message to him is to tell President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni that rule number 47 of the 47 laws of power is to know when to stop, when to quit and be able to now concentrate on the other things. He has been in power for over 3 decades, and it has reached a time where he's no longer governing the people of Uganda by their own will, but he is imposing himself onto the people of Uganda. We've seen, even before the case was filed at the Supreme Court, evidence coming out of various electoral malpractices, people having booklets similar to those ones which were provided by the Electoral Commission of Uganda, being ticked on the side of President Yoweri Museveni in favor of President Museveni. We've seen that we had polling station Miriam, where we had, especially in the western part of the country, where we had 100% voter turnout, which means in the period of couple of months before the election, no one died, no one fell sick, no one traveled, and that is impossible, Miriam, statistically to occur in Uganda. So we know that the election was shambolic, but what is to become more shambolic, Miriam, is the verdict that will come out of the Supreme Court. Surely we should not be expecting anything from the Supreme Court of Uganda, but nonetheless, it will give the opposition an opportunity to really showcase to the world whatever impunity that happened in that shambolic election. So you can expect out of this is just to show the world whatever rot is there in the Uganda, whatever atrocity that the government of President Yoweri Museveni has committed, but nothing should be expected from Supreme Court, Miriam.
Clearly, we all don't have a vote of confidence in whatever process is happening there, but we know that Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine filed a petition to challenge President Museveni's win under several grounds, about 26 of them, 11 against the Electoral Commission, 9 against President Museveni himself, and I think another number against the Attorney General of the Republic of Uganda. That is a story we have been following and we shall continue to follow for you, and we've come to the end of our show today. Thank you, Douglas Kirimi. Thank you. Are you there?
Before you come to the end.
Kiddy is here, Doctor. Okay, let Kiddy talk and then you can finish for us then.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to alert you.
All right, thank you so much. Kiddy.
I wanted to say that Uganda is not a democracy because President Museveni has defied everything that would make Uganda a democracy. So that holding regular elections in isolation does not make Uganda a democracy. Secondly, a responsible government, a responsible administration must always grapple with 2 things. One, the security of its citizens. Secondly, it is the human rights of those citizens. President Museveni has not ensured that the security of ordinary Ugandans is guaranteed, including those who disagree with him. He has also gone to great extent to defile the human rights of Ugandans and their constitutional freedoms. These are things that make President Museveni, lose every sense of legitimacy that he would claim to continue clinging to power. It is incumbent upon him right now to ensure that he begins to, as my brother said, Brother Sean Wesonga, that President Museveni must now learn when to quit. And the time has now come for him to make sure that the young Ugandans are able to have a leadership that shall guarantee their security and human rights. Thank you.
It's interesting that you mentioned there that the security forces there should ensure the people of Uganda are safe. UPF have been accused of committing murder, gross grievous bodily harm, violence, abduction, and intimidation against the opposition. So I don't know which security forces you're talking about, but yes, that is how it should be. But in Uganda, things are different. Thank you so much, Kiddy. Doctor, is there anything else you want to add? Yes.
End it up. Let me do it.
Okay.
Summary. I want to thank all the younger generation, my sons on the panel, from Sean, Douglas, Kiddy, and my daughter, Miriam. Thank you very much in Nairobi for doing a good job for Africa. The weather in London is freezing, even the pipes. Water pipes are frozen to the extent that if you don't warm up your water, you can't have the water for drinking. But thank you very much for this show. Fantastic show today. A lot of those pictures made a lot of sense to our audience. I am very happy, very pleased. And I just want to say, those who have dates, like Wesonga has a date, is going for it. I know Douglas has a date which has finished, set up. He's going to a restaurant this afternoon. From the loggings of your phone, don't ask how I knew. You have an appointment this evening. We go early enough. It is 4 o'clock, 11 minutes past 4. Don't overstep the limit of curfew in Kenya. And the man who is on the move, I know he's around. He went towards Machakos hotel of Mutua, where they are spending time. Drive back home safely, and let's meet tomorrow morning. Miriam, wish you a good day with your family and the production team behind the people who have been bringing very good pictures, and our viewers, especially all the viewers and those who contribute on the chat room. Thank you very much. Eunice, thank you very much, brother. There are things we disagree and there are things we don't disagree. At least you have had some truth about my role. Now you will not underrate me anymore. And that's what I've done. And thank you very much. God bless all of you. I don't know what I can say. Miriam, keep it up that way. Today is fantastic.
Thank
cut
you.
us when you see, cut us when we are going too far. Don't give too much space. Thank
Very
you.
well. We've had a fantastic show, and for those who believe in Valentine's Day, you have a good one. I'll see you here tomorrow together with the rest of the team at 9 a.m. East African time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.